Hello, everyone. Hope you're having a fantastic day today, wherever you are in the world. It is Monday here in Ohio. So, some buddies of mine that are in businesses similar to mine, they issued a challenge. So, we're doing this thing together. So, I've accepted this challenge. I'm going to be doing a Facebook Live every day for the next 365 days. Obviously, a lot of people have trouble talking on video. You would think, being a lifelong entertainer and being used to being on biggest stages in the world, huge crowds of people, that it would be, I would have no problem. But it is very odd. So this is actually a good thing for me, talking to the camera like this, because I want to feel more comfortable. So there's a couple things I want to talk to you about today, but I found this, I was thinking about this earlier. So you probably know who this is. This is Don Rickles. And I opened for Don for about a year and a half. And I was thinking earlier about something he said. I was working at my desk here, and I remember we were in Foxwoods, the casino in Connecticut, and we just done a great show, and it was the end of the tour. And I asked him for some advice. I said, Don, I want some show business advice. And he said, there's only one thing I can tell you. He said, it's the greatest life advice that I ever got, and I'll give you that, and you can use it in any part of your life. And he said, people will always tell you never to bite off more than you can chew. And he said, that's bullshit. Always bite off more than you can chew, and then chew like hell. And it was such great advice. So I'm doing that now. I'm trying to Don Rickles, Joan Rivers, two people I worked with that are famous for being nasty on stage, right? In real life, were the nicest people. It was a character they were playing. And then I've worked with some really famous people that are famously nice that turned out not to be. And I'm not going to say any names here, but you'd be blown away, So learning that too was important, that for somebody like Don Rickles, that's a character that they're playing. But the real guy is, he loves life. He's warm. He cares about people. It was just an act. And I've had that same problem all these years. I've worked on stages. I've performed around the world, but I play a character on stage, and then there's me. So trying to just be real when the camera is on is something I struggle with, because, I'm so used to, being on stage or, being in front of a TV camera or something. So automatically you kick into, performance mode. So I just want to be real. And I just want to, when we talk, I want to impart some things that I've learned. I've been around the world in 25 years, and I have learned things the hard way. And you don't have to do that, because I can tell you, some of the mistakes that I made and some of the revelations that were revealed to me that have made life so much easier. We're in the middle of a pandemic. It's a worldwide pandemic. Everything is up in the air. And I'm sitting here now, 45 years old, slightly balding, 261 pounds. I've lost 18 pounds recently. Because I had gained, I lost 100, then I gained 25 during the whole COVID thing. So I'm down 18. So I thought I'd take a couple of days off. I can smell vegetable soup cooking right now. And, it's got potatoes in it. I haven't had carbs in so long, so that's going to be amazing. So I'm going to try to, talk, even though I can smell that. So I just want to be real and just be myself and let you know, why I'm here, why Catherine and I are doing this. And this is what it's all about for me now. So if you noticed in the video tag yesterday, I talked about today's video was going to be about something you need to know, one important thing you need to know before you can make any change. And I'm going to get to that because I have some notes here. Again, I'm usually not scripted anymore. I'm just going to talk, but there's some things that I definitely want to get across to you today in this message. But I also want to ask you this. Do you know what you want? What do you want? Because your dreams need to be goals, because otherwise they're just going to be dreams and they're never going to be fulfilled. You actually have to have goals in mind. Now, in my life, I attained a lot of my goals, and I always thought it was money and everything else was unimportant. Money was at the top and then everything else would be fine because of it. And I always went after the cash and, the houses and the cars. And I'll tell you what, standing in a big mansion in California, and for a couple of days, you're on cloud nine, but then it starts to fade. Everything does. And I came to the realization that it's really not money that we want. And I've talked about this before, but it's true. It's the feeling you think you're going to get from the money, from the car, from the whatever. Once all your basic needs are met, anything beyond that, you know, you don't get substantially happier by the amount of money that you have. And you know, I went all over the world chasing something, always stressed out, always that knot in my stomach. And I know a lot of you have that. You wake up with that. It goes with you through the entire day. You know, I have not had that now for several years. To not have 24/7 stress is huge. So what I wanted to talk about, and the one thing that you need to know, I'm going to cover some of it today and I'm going to do some of it tomorrow. So like I said, I'm going to be doing these more regularly. I just really want to build a relationship where you know, where you understand that I want to help, and I want to give you, I want to help you with what I've been through, so you don't fall through in the same trap, and you can go faster to where you want to go, because you can miss the pit stops, the pitfalls, the roadblocks that I had to go through, you know, to get to this point. So every morning when you wake up, people start thinking about their problems. It's almost universal. That's just what happens. Now, problems are circuits. They are memories in your brain. So I'm going to make this as easy to understand as possible. Every memory you have is connected to specific people and places and things. Memories. You attach all those emotions to the memories and you store them away. So when that happens and you wake up in the morning and you start thinking about these problems, you are starting your day, brand new day, in the past. Because what is consuming you are the thoughts, the emotions of before. Each one of those memories has an emotion tied to it, and emotions are the end result of your past experiences. Now listen to that again. Emotions are the end result of your past experiences. So the moment you recall those memories in the morning, all those emotions that you felt at the time come flooding back. So you feel angry, you feel sad, you feel depressed, whatever it is. You know, Buddha said all life is suffering, but exchange the word suffering for stress. And for most people, that's what it is. Life is just stress, constant, nonstop, knot in the stomach. That's what most of us feel all day long. So you wake up, you start thinking about those things. You're angry, you're sad, you're depressed, and how you feel creates your state of being. So you're only up 5 minutes, right? Most people's state of being is in the past. You're thinking about all those past things, past problems, unanswerable questions. You're looping. Now, if you believe that your thoughts have everything to do with creating your future, and they do, trust me, they do. You got to get out of the past if you want to start creating the right future. Past hurts, past relationships, could-haves, should-haves, would-haves, I wish I had done's, all of that shit you need to get past. Because when you do, you can't think any further than your emotions. You're stuck in the past, what you feel. And now you're trapped in an endless loop. And because of that, you're going to keep creating the same life over and over and over again. No matter what you want to change in your conscious mind, what's going on in your subconscious is what is controlling your life. It's controlling your destiny. So now you just woke up. You've got a brand new day in front of you. You can go out, you can conquer this day, you can kick its ass. But what happens? You're in the past. So now you go into your daily routine. You get up probably on the same side of the bed. You go and you grab a cup of coffee. You brush your teeth. You take a shower, whatever it is. You get in your car. You take the same route to work. You get to work. You sit at the same desk. You talk to the same people. You do the same thing. That's a program. You are creating a program inside your mind. So now you're lost in that program and you don't even know it. You don't even know it. Because you're easily found, you can easily find yourself, and you can easily start pulling yourself out of that program, but you have to realize that it's happening. And for 98% of us, we don't. We don't realize that at all. Because in the end, you can't blame anything in the outside world. Everyone's looking for something to blame. You're looking for something to make you happy, a person, a place. When I get this, I'll be happy. When I do this, I'll finally be happy. You're looking for validation in the outside world, and it doesn't exist there. It only exists in yourself. So on the same token here, you are doing this to yourself. It is self-inflicted. 95% of who we are memorized sets of beliefs and behaviors. They're just memorized. You don't even realize that it's going on. To make any kind of lasting change, you've got to get beyond the analytical mind. That's the mind between the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. Now, you can change your thought patterns through meditation. And I talk about meditation all the time because you got to find a way to start. Otherwise, you're never going to get started on this journey if you keep putting it off, or you keep waiting for some perfect events that are going to come into some kind of alignment before you start this journey. That's not the way it works. You got to start the journey first. You take the first step. Everything starts to happen. Synchronicities happen. Doors open. People appear. That's how it works. That is how it works. That's the magic of everything. Now, when you can get in to that mode where you're connected to yourself and you're connected through the analytical mind, you can get into the subconscious. And that is where magic happens, because it gives you access to the program that is running inside of your brain. And you can make some incredible changes. Now, I've said this before, and this is true as well. Your patterns are created normally in the first 7 years of your life. The subconscious tape that kicks in anytime you slip out of the present and you go into, your past or into the future, where most of us live. The only time you can do anything and make any kind of changes right now. This is it. Now is when the magic happens. The past is over. You can't fix it, but you're lost in it. The future hasn't happened yet, and what you're worrying about probably won't happen, but you're lost in that too. And the only time when you can change things to make a better future is now, but you're completely lost in the past or the future. So tomorrow, I'm going to give you the first step and what you can do to make some very, very simple, easy changes that can start you in the right direction. And that is all you need here. You just need a little bit, a push. Okay. And I want you to make me a promise. If you've got dreams that you've been, thinking about for years and years and years now, pick one of the smaller ones and make it a goal. Because when you start moving towards the goal, that's when things happen. Everyone talks about the law of attraction, The Secret, and we talk about it here as well. There is something to all of that. There is an amazing magic and synchronicity in the universe that you can tap into. The problem is, they sell it in such a way that it makes it sound like you can just sit on your sofa, visualize the Ferrari, and all of a sudden it's in your driveway. And that's not how it works. You have to visualize it. You've got to connect emotion to that feeling. You got to feel like you already have the car, what you would feel like. That's all true. But then you have to move towards it. You have to start doing things. That is where magic, synchronicity, things start to open up for you. It doesn't happen if you just sit there, because then it is just daydreaming, right? Your dreams are only dreams until you make them some sort of goal. So pick one of the smaller ones, but it doesn't matter how old you are. I was doing mind work my entire life, but it wasn't until the last 2 years that I came to this huge epiphany and realized that reality is not what we think it is. And things fell into place immediately, and the stress went away. I just finished meditation just now, and it's the latest I've ever done my morning meditation, but I had so much going today that I just finished. But that connection every day, you'll need it. Once you start doing it, it's like a drug or something. You really, really need that. And it feeds your soul. It connects you to everything. We're all one. We're all in one giant consciousness here. This illusion of being separate from each other and by color and sexuality and sex and all these other things, it's just an illusion. We are connected in the web of the universe. It's a giant web of energy. And once you realize that and you find your place there, you can tap into that energy field and you can make amazing things happen. Now, like I told you before, I lost 100 pounds, but I gained a little, lost a little, but I'm no longer on that treadmill of, killing myself over, gaining a little weight, whatever, I quit drinking several years ago, gave up 2 packs a day smoking. Just the fact that I'm stress-free, the fact that I don't have that feeling, when I get in a car, I'm not, pissed when somebody in front of me is driving slow, little things like that to bigger things. When you get in control of yourself and you control your emotions and you control what you take in, because we take in good and bad feelings. We want to suppress the bad ones. We want to hold on to the good ones. But the problem is it takes your life force energy in willpower to hold those feelings inside you, those memories, those thought patterns. They're all connected. If you can work through one, release it, that life force energy returns to you and it gives you more energy to direct into the things you want to do in life. So tomorrow I'm going to give you step one on making lasting change. So maybe tomorrow morning when you wake up, instead of thinking about your problems right away, and instead of grabbing your phone and going on Facebook and going on Twitter and seeing what everybody else in the world is doing, maybe skip that tomorrow and get up and maybe do 5 minutes of meditation. Maybe pick up a journal and write down, what you're grateful for 5 minutes. Set an alarm. I do it every single day because when you write down and you get the feeling of being grateful for what you have now, you get more to be grateful for. It's just the way it works. So I don't know what the secret is. All I know is this works if you do it, but you have to do it in a certain way. You can't just, do a little bit here, a little bit there. You've got to commit. But any great plan, it takes a little bit of work. If it was so simple, everyone would be doing it. But I'll tell you what, everyone who does it consistently has a better life. It's just the way it is. So join me here tomorrow. I will pop in and I will give you step number 1. I want to thank you for being with me today. And I also want to tell you again, we talked about it before, but our new book is about to drop. It is ready to come out this week. It's inspiration from the world's most successful people. I tell you over and over, I am an entertainer, been all over the world, worked with a lot of people, presidents, prime ministers, and everybody in between. The most successful people know how to use their mind power. So this is a lot of their advice. It's fantastic, inspirational stories. There's a great piece in there by Sylvester Stallone. There's actually a video embedded in the book that tells you his story in his words. And it's so inspirational and it's really amazing. So that's coming out. Everybody in the group will get one. We're giving away 100 free copies. So if you'd like one, we'll have the address for you in a couple of days. So again, I want to thank you for joining me today. I hope you got something out of this. And it's just going to be a stream of consciousness for me because I really just want to talk to you, just like we were sitting across from each other. And so me talking into the camera and getting used to it more, that's the goal for the next few weeks, but I'm going to be doing it for a year. So come along this journey with me. Let's make some changes. Thanks for being with me today, and I will see you all tomorrow. Go out, enjoy your night, smile, and just remember, life is amazing. Life is amazing, and I'll see you soon. Thanks.